Our dear members, welcome to the AmCham behind the scenes tour. This time it is organized with 3 companies at the same time. We are very happy to cooperate today with Magnetic MRO, Tallinn Airport, and Estonian Air all at once in one event. As you have read from the flyer probably, many of you commented in the end of your survey that you would be interested in bringing back the whole event series of behind the scenes tour and company visits. And we'll listen to your feedback, and I'm so happy that you provide us with this feedback. And so this year, this is already the 2nd tour that we are taking our members on. The first one was in Rakvere. If you've joined us for that day in Rakvere, we visited Geldwan factory. This time we have a tour of this wonderful facilities, and then we're planning about 2 or 3 more tours throughout the year. So we hope that you find those useful and interesting. And today we have quite an interesting program lined up for you. And we will have some introductory remarks from all 3 companies that are helping us here today. And also we'll get transported later on to the Magnetic MRO hangar, where you will see how the planes are being repaired and taken apart and all those good things. But we're also very honored to have Ambassador Levine with us here today. Thank you so much for joining. And without any further introduction or any further information, I would like to go ahead and introduce our first speaker, Mr. Erik Sakov from Tallinn Airport, who will come up and tell us about the airport and the plans, the current developments, and what should we look out in the future.
Good afternoon. My name is Erik. I'm at Tallinn Airport as a board member. My responsibility is marketing, terminal service, customer service, terminal commerce, new road development, and more customer-related issues. Well, this airport, it looks like a brand new one, but actually it's one of the oldest airports in Europe. Also, already in 1922, there were operations on the lake of Hewlett-Packard. Water planes were landing, landing on the water. And when people realized that landing on the water, this water plane thing, is not the best option, and they decided to move on the ground. It happened in 1936. In 1936, we opened the first little triangle here. You can even see the remains of the triangle. It was 3 times 300 meters. And that triangle, the runway was used in dark time, and we just put lights in. We just made fire. And then little aircraft were landing, and there was no terminal, it was just a hangar for the aircraft. And our oldest customers are the old airlines of Europe, Lufthansa, not Polish and Finnair, all 3 of them, flying to Tallinn. And Tallinn was mentioned in the end of the 30s as one of the busiest airports in Europe. These days are gone clearly, and now you can see that we are one of the smallest airports in Europe. Actually, in the world, we are approximately number 350. This is approximately. So we understand clearly that we will never become the biggest airport in the world. And our aim is to be the coziest airport. We would like to be the best and the coziest and the nicest and the cutest. And I hope that you can feel a little bit of that when you go flying or traveling somewhere. This is a never-ending process, and we would like to be very sure that everything what is happening in the society is reflected in the airport as well, in the terminal particularly. So which is why we're introducing this fancy service as a free library and a business card exchange and sending postcards to the terminal. Can you name other airports in the world which is getting postcards from the travelers, sending to my airport? I'm in Bahamas. Put me on the map. So we have a map, and everyone who is sending a postcard is getting a little pin to Bahamas or somewhere else. So it's a nice little family thing that we're doing here. We understood that when Estonians are like one big family or one little family, so we can actually share one bookshop. So nothing is happening. It's very communistic. Everyone can take, everyone can can replace. You can take a book with you, and there is no library lately, and it works. It works because people like it. When people like it, we're getting very, very often we're getting packages from Amazon.com. So hey, I took a book from the airport, and as I'm not traveling to Estonia anymore in nearest future, I'm sending them a replacement with my favorite book. So this is how it works. It's voluntary. And the other example is that when you are here in nighttime and all eating places are closed, we have a special table where you can make a sandwich. Like at home, you open a fridge, you make a sandwich, you close the door. And we have a cabinet, you can put cash in and you can take change. No one is stealing. It works. So this is how we are breathing here. And you see that the empty apron right now, don't be too afraid. Actually, this is the wave structure of the airport and all the airports. It's very busy in the morning, then back again in 1 or 2 o'clock, when it's low season right now, and from 4 to 6 is the next rush hour, and then in the evening, when all aircraft are coming back home. So it's a wave thing, and our waves are actually depending not on our will, but the waves in big airports. Traveling to Estonia or from Estonia is usually connecting in a big hub. For us, number 1 today is Frankfurt. Number 2 is Helsinki. And Copenhagen is already number 5. But historically, Copenhagen has been very, very important. So it's geography. When we are connected to a wave in Lufthansa's hub in Frankfurt, it says us that we have to start from Tallinn at 6 o'clock in the morning. As easy as that. So when you go eastbound, for example, in Gulf area or in Georgia, for example, the rush hour is at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's pure geography, nothing to do with it. And we are talking to all European airlines, please fly to us, please serve us. We are providing all data, and this is pure mathematics. So how much passengers have you got? What is a catchment area? It's 1.3 million only. And our catchment area is easy. No, not too much. And still we are managing to get new airlines to Tallinn. And of course, when they start flying and a new travel starts, we are always worried, will they survive? Will they survive? This is what happened with Portuguese, TAP Portugal. They started flying, the aircraft was full of Estonians, and there was no Portuguese and Brazilians on board, and it was a success during summer. And when October came, all Estonians went to work, to the office. The aircraft was empty, and the road was shut down very quickly. So it's not the only possibility to create more traffic. The best possibility to get more traffic is, of course, to have a strong home carrier, a strong basic airline. We have only one, we have Estonian Air, which is today rather small, 10 routes and not very big enlargement transport today. But Estonian Air has shown in 2012 how a little hub can be developed when you learn how to serve the neighbors. They started to bring passengers from Georgia, from Russia, from Finland, and in Tallinn we're switching aircraft and flying to the destination we wanted. So actually it is possible to do. But in our case, we need a strong home carrier. Estonian Air is 25% of Tallinn Airport. So we can tell that, yes, it's replaceable, it is, but we still need a strong home carrier. Every airport needs it. And for your knowledge, for example, when you take Pan-Baltic out of Riga airport, do you know what remains? A smaller airport from Tallinn. That shows you how important the home carrier is. And well, you are all connected to America, to the United States. So can we have one day a direct flight to the United States? Yes, we can. Yeah, this is easy. This is very easy. There are 2 options. One option is that all Estonians go home, make 4 babies, and we will have a good result after 20 years. After 20 years, when we start flying. The other possibility is that one day we manage to convince United Airlines to open a hub in Tallinn. The smallest hub of United is in Guam Island. Guam is some having some 300,000 competitors. And this is all about geography. All about geography. Why so? So when you take the map of Europe, usually there's Germany in the middle and there's France and others. Usually you see that Estonia is in a corner. It's far from everything. So when you fly from London to Tallinn and back, it takes 7 hours. During that 7 hours, you can go to Paris 3 times. And this is the reason why we don't have a proper service to London. Only 2 low-cost carriers are flying there. So this is a miserable place. And only one country is even worse. This is Finland. What to do? So I'm suggesting take a globe. Look at the globe. And let's start thinking, when you start in Beijing or in Tokyo, and when you fly to Frankfurt or London to Paris, look at the globe, how the flight goes. And it goes here, over Estonia. The majority of traffic between Far East and Western Europe flies over Estonia because of geography. This is the shortest route. And the majority of traffic flying from India to North America, I mean the US and Canada, flies over Estonia. And I have seen an Etihad pilot who said that he wants to visit Tallinn. He's tired of seeing towers of Tallinn from the sky. He wants to see them. Gulf region, North America, flies over Estonia. So this is the geographical advantage. If you forget about the map of Europe, if you take the globe, then you understand. And this is what can sell successfully to United. United, listening to me now. My level is to talk only with new route developers. And these people are only about how much is your population? What is your catchment area? This is the only thing what we care of. So I need a contact to the decision makers of United. This is the best task for you, who you have contacts in America. They want a direct like
I love your enthusiasm. I'm not convinced.
So it's the babies thing then?
Actually, the economical side of that is the market between India and North America is today the biggest aviation market on earth. The market share of United is very weak. Same applies to Air Canada, weak. This is all in the hands of Etihad's, Emirates, and Air India. It's possible to take a very nice piece of market share when you place yourself here in the middle of everything, and when you start flying not only long haul, but you split it in two. And when you utilize all good things that Estonia has, everything when you look from Europe is bad. When you take a globe, it's much better, much better. So it's an option, and the airline people will understand. This is the question why they started with Guam. It is possible, but of course it needs a lot of convincing and a lot of mathematics. But first, I would like to talk to the decision makers, and if you can help us. I'll wear a tie and speak.
Hi and welcome. It's nice to see so many friendly faces here and so many aviation enthusiasts. Unfortunately, Mr. Young Mayor was not able to attend today to an urgent meeting, so I will try to take his place and give you as much information, relevant information about Estonia as possible. So just to explain, this is not an extreme makeover. The topic of today is Estonian Air, today and tomorrow. And when addressing that, we cannot go over the issue of what is our goal, what is the purpose here in the first place. And that is actually to be here today and also tomorrow. Just as Eric explained in his speech as well, it's very important for a country to actually have a national carrier, to have a company, an airline which is based here, which also serves and shares the interests and interests of the country. Which is why when you have network carriers and people, other airlines flying in here, why they would not have this kind of interest to run this operation. So the situation of Estonia today, well, airplanes and aviation in general is a very, very emotional topic. I'm sure many people have very strong opinions about it. We like that. That means that people care, whether it's negative or positive. And we see headlines every day talking about what our airplanes are doing, whether they're flying, whether they're not flying, why they're not flying there. And what I would like to do today is I would like to explain to you that every decision that we make has a purpose, has a strong analysis behind it from a revenue management and resource management point of view. So that explains the questions like why don't we fly to London, or why do we occasionally lease out our aircraft to other airlines to make money? Why do we operate the size of the airplanes that we have in general? Also, one important thing to understand is that aviation is a seasonal operation. So we have summer traffic, we have winter traffic. And summertime, of course, we have those additional routes that we have just opened this season. Again, Vienna, we have Munich, we have Berlin. Getting back to the German market is quite tough. But we're trying everything we can to do to regain the trust in those markets. And of course, we continue flying to Paris and to Nice and Split, which has proved to be a very, very interesting and, well, especially for Estonian tourists, they like to go there. And so basically, when in summertime, when business traffic goes down, we need to make sure that we have airplanes up in the air, because an airplane which is on the ground is the most expensive thing. So luckily, you see none of our airplanes here today. They're all earning money, flying people in and out of Estonia, creating business links. So basically, this is why we are here. And every decision that we make today, be it destination, be it price that we operate with, the campaigns that we do, is here to make sure that we do everything sustainably, that we have products available for business, for leisure segments, and to make sure that we are able to continue that operation also tomorrow.
A company called Magnetic MRO and Jost, right?
Jonas.
Jonas. Oh, sorry.
That's not Estonian.
Okay, yeah. Jonas will then, if you could join me here and explain what we'll get to see and maybe a little bit about your company.
Okay, good. Thank you. So, yes, it is Jonas, and it's Lithuanian, not Estonian. I'm the CEO of Magnetic MRO, the company which you're about to visit. And this morning I was thinking about this presentation or the event, and it was just unexpectedly it occurred to me that even unwillingly, we are probably one of the few companies in Estonia which is the best intimate knowledge of CIA procedures, believe it or not. And coming back to kind of why I would, during President Barack Obama's visit, there were a few speeches that he gave. And can you list where those speeches were kind of, given? Can you list the locations?
No idea.
Yes. Any others?
New York. The hangar out there.
The hangar of Magnetic MRO in Tallinn Airport. That was one of the locations where Barack Obama actually was standing up in front of some audience of United States soldiers and some Estonian soldiers, and actually he gave a speech, which was not much in the press, but that was our facility. That's how we got acquainted with some interesting procedures. It was quite a fascinating event. And I can share that morning I came to work and I saw on my secretary's desk the computer screens, where it shows the video camera feeds from different hangars and different angles, and I just see what's happening, just US flag, Estonian flag, and stage prepared for this speech, with Apache helicopters in the back. That was our hangar. So that's something you're gonna see here without the Apache helicopters. But yeah, so that's kind of on a bit of the fun fact side. But who we are and what we do, we're one of the strange aviation optimism in Estonia. Actually, unfortunately, I don't share or I share more the skepticism about Estonian identity as an aviation country through actual passenger traffic and through those wide-body 380s, flying down and landing in Estonia, flying from India to the United States. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. However, loving this beautiful country, we think, what is the aviation identity that it could have? that it could actually placed on the European and global aviation map. But seriously, placed, not be one of those 1 million passenger countries. So, and the best examples for me is, let's say, Ireland or Singapore, for example, where actually aviation is focused not on the passenger traffic, but on the infrastructure behind it. And if I take Ireland as an example in the European Union, we have an industry of some, I don't even remember, but I think 700,000 employees. We have the whole aviation leasing community there. Actually, the largest aviation leasing companies are all based in Ireland, even relocated from United States into Ireland. We have main maintenance facilities in Ireland for aviation, and actually we don't have so many flights. I mean, the traffic itself in Ireland, in Dublin Airport, for example, it's not something which is completely enormous. But aviation industry and everybody in aviation knows that Ireland is the capital of aviation globally. So for me, the question is, Estonia, with all its advantages and disadvantages, can it take a copy of some of these formulas that work, for example, in Ireland, and create something like that here? So we are these optimists that believe that it can happen. And we are doing that on a daily basis. And I represent, I'm the CEO of the largest maintenance company in Estonia, which means that on a daily basis, we maintain aircraft. We maintain Boeings, we maintain Airbus, we fix them, we do lots of things on them. And I mean, you'll see a lot of that happening in the hangar even today. Pretty much Estonian Air is, I think at the moment, about 3% of our revenue. 97% is really other airlines all over the place. You will even see some aircraft from Nigeria today in our hangars. There are others coming from Western Europe, from Eastern Europe, all over the place. So, and I strongly believe that this model of actually backup infrastructure to support the aviation businesses, this is something that Estonia can be good at. Yes, there are some legislation that needs to be changed, kind of taxation-wise, and for example, to make it attractive as a leasing hub, as a financial country, for example, to finance aircraft. Currently, all Scandinavian banks, no ships, no planes. I mean, this is a typical answer. They don't finance aircraft. They don't like aircraft. They don't like aviation. So when I said something like that in Singapore, Singaporeans, they laugh because they understand there's billions turning. I
think we're transporting back here, yes.
I remember I was wondering whether it was time to and I had really thought of why.
Look at your reaction, like, oh, he's scaring the phone. When he was like,
no, oh crap! No, he was like, oh, he's there! Oh, this microphone's
when he was probably right with what you were. I remember this.
Let's go this way. I want to have a selfie in the engine. Oh, it's all red.
And now we are standing in one of our hangars, which was built about 2 years ago. And this is one of the newest and most modern hangars in Europe. And we have totally 12,000 square meters. And the hangar space in here is 5,000 square meters. And in total, we fit 3 aircraft inside. 2 of them can go into tail docks, and this one stays in center, so we can maintain 3 aircraft at the same time. Most of our customers are from Europe, for example, SAS. Baltic.
Okay, to show you our automated crew room. Every other building has a personal ID card.
There's no maybe big need to go in, but
No.
cooling facility. But maybe what is more interesting is that sometimes it's like only 2 or not.
Here we do verify the chip like this. Mechanics can choose the tools what they want. Take the tools. Maybe take some, for example.
And you are going out, and just the tool, when you go out, the tool is calm.
Take 2 equipment.
Бывает случаи, что оставляли самолет. Сказал, заклинят руль.
RFID. You know that here, for example, the bigger number, more segments added. So as the space of the length is limited, we have
Что там рассказывается?
And here you can see the 2 typical details from the aircraft. What is one made from the metal, 2 metal plates inside the honeycomb form, made also from metal, very lightweight, and very difficult to repair. But we needed to repair because the new one is cost 105,000. 100. So that's 105,000. Yes, exactly. Whole plane you can buy for 1 million, but 1 part is also already cost 10% of this aircraft. But it's not all. This is the typical part made only from the composite parts, from the fiberglass, and honeycomb is also made from fiberglass. So
you are scaring people.
This is the old repair made by ground maintenance. Very approved.
Okay.
So,
Is that from the Baltic plane?
during this check, we can make it in the right condition, so it will look like again with no deviations. Room. We have plenty of carbon types, fiberglasses, and one trick I can show you about the carbon. The carbon fibers are very strong. It's almost not impossible to break it in this way. But as the carbon is afraid of the sharp edge, very simple to break it in this way. So our job is to avoid in any repair the sharp edge, so the flat line will not break. Also about the honeycomb. See, the nature already made everything what we need, and it's took from the honey bees and very strong, but it's not strong only in one direction. And in this way you can easily do 5,000 work it anyway. But on this direction we can even step on it and nothing will happen.
Straight, so it is not necessary. There's one is going through.
We just do everything connected with the metallic structure. Just change this nature.
Suurus jah.
See mõõtkava jääb segaseks.
Ta rääkis ka, mis selle hinna taga see on ikkagi? Vaata, mulle tundub ta nagu eri tasemel, ta vaata nii paksustatud, et see tegema. Okei, et ikkagi see materjal ja... Ого, он спидит. I'm really curious to see where the wheels go. Like that's. Oh yeah. Just be careful not to. Yeah. It's not in a jet, then it's impossible. Yeah.
No, look at it. But at the same time, it's like you would be on 5. No, there's 50 degrees out there and there's no oxygen. So, yeah. That's 4 years ago. Да выйди отсюда. Да мне в карте жить.
Мешаем вам.
Там народ.
Ну.
Небольшая, да? Посмотри.
Take picture.
Sure. Сразу же.
Похоже тут. Okay, next.
I mean, we've already kind of have been talking so much and telling, thank you for not asking the question why the aircraft fly. we don't know the answer, but all of the rest, that's fine. So thank you very much for your interest and for actually shining faces. I hope that shares a bit of the light about aviation in the future in Estonia, because I think this is where it is. And we can do it, and it's the world is our. There's no limit that we can do. So thank you for showing us.
Thank you, Jonathan.
And I have to also mention that was like the most popular event in terms of sign-ups. We even had to put people on the waiting list to join. So you can.
After the event, people don't cancel the sign-ups for the new ones.
No, but this shows that there's definitely a lot of interest, as you can see in everybody's eyes.
It's like a big playground.
But thank you so much, and hopefully see you soon.
All right, so the boss from the logistics side of it is.
Yes, exactly. Our voice, that voice.
Have you ever come to
Так, а что-то вон российский стоит. Это не 200, не Туполев 204 стоит. Туполев.
The way the building is, I feel like I have a lot of like allergies or stuff like that just because of the so they're gonna have to redo stuff. But I lived in the center very often. I'm Christina. Yeah, but if I would be living in the old town and working in the old town, I don't know if I get outside. Well, we do just because.
Вот видишь, как эта фирма имеет свой ангар.
His mom is the only one who lives in the US, like, so his family lives like scattered in Estonia, generally around the city center, but like we always like his really good friend from when he served in Estonian the compulsory service. His best friend lives in Tallinn, so we'll go there. And his cousin goes to Põlder, and like they're really good family friends. They got a house in Polli in Estonia. So we've been there, and so like I feel like I've been around like a decent amount of Estonia, and it's actually nice to like kind of go somewhere else outside of the city because sometimes it feels so touristy, especially when you get to the warm city. If you get outside the whole time, yeah. So it's nice to get like away from that. If you add, if you want a cultural shock, you go to Nasdaq. Yeah, I've been there. I used to teach a lessons for this little girl in last time, and I was like, this is such a girl. And also we look at it, even maybe by time we used to live at the end of Tallinn, and there's a cellar when I went there, the first hour in front, and my team was probably like 50. Yeah, so very small distance is good. Yeah, exactly. It's totally changed. You come into the old town a lot, like when you go out. Yeah, when we go out, we go to what's your favorite? And the boys like to to the bars. Oh my gosh. That's like the Bermuda Triangle. It's like 12 or so. Like we have a friend visiting tomorrow, and he's on the flight for the night. He likes to go, and he likes to go to Levine, so we always know like when he comes, we're gonna go there. So tomorrow I'm going to Levine, but otherwise it would like we would just go to like events and I think the older, most of the old friends drink at their place. I would much rather do that. Just change
Ой, ну как все выходят.
Interesting. What you sign up for? Are you going to the city center?
I'm actually turning to Daria.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was doing either. I don't know.
Perfect timing. How often does that happen? That's right. I just trying to make it quick. You know you're going to be here for